And welcome to the Jazz Jumpstart Show. Ooh, it is another week and another opportunity for you to not only get jazz, but also tune into the Jazz Jumpstart Show. And I don't know, I'm just so jazzed because, we're marching into greatness and we're marching still in Women's History Month. That means we are making legacy moves around here. And so I am so thrilled because I have an amazing world changer who's going to be joining us on today in celebration of this amazing month. Let me go ahead and read their introduction so you can know who this amazing world changer is. Latashia DeVeaux, a seasoned PR and communications executive with 20 years plus experience in publicity, event marketing, and talent relations experience. Hey, and she also has an emphasis in diversity, equity, and inclusion. All right, now has worked with clients in technology, luxury, automotive, beauty, and the entertainment industries. Oh my gosh, this world changer, also known as Tasha, she spearheads operations at the Los Angeles-based Devoted Enterprises Incorporated. And she is not only amazing at what she does in PR, she is also amazing when it comes to jazzing things up in the kitchen because she stays devoted with Devoted Cuisine, which handles all these amazing experiences for CBD and cannabis enthused audiences. She's also a talent relations consultant at BET and the senior at that. So put that to it. And serves as the president of the Black Public Relations Society of Los Angeles, as well as the PR chair for Black women in technology. I am so happy to give you all an amazing opportunity to not only meet this amazing world changer, but you know how we do it at a Jazz Jumpstart. We don't just have pictures around here. We like to come on live. So I like to welcome each and every single one of you to meet our amazing guest, Miss Latashia DeVeaux. Welcome, Tasha.
Hey, beauty, how are you?
Am so amazing, or should I say, I'm jazzed to have you here on this Women's History Month, coming through marching with your greatness.
You're so sweet. I hear you. I met your flower in the background.
You really do. Oh my gosh, did you? You got the memo.
You gotta coordinate.
I love it. Well, I'm so excited to have you here. And my goodness, you're doing so many things, not when it comes to being who you are with what it is that you do in public relations, but you're devoted. Like, I love your name, DeVeaux. It's just so spicy. Tell us a little bit about brands, because, the Jazz Jumpstart is all about branding. Tell us a little bit about what your name means even to you, because when I hear it, I'm like, ooh, it's spicy. But when others hear, what is that meaning?
You know what? Yeah, I didn't always love my name when I was, and as you know, especially as little Black kids, in your environments where it's not, all Black or some Black, there's a lot of others, and people do not take the time or the respect to learn how to pronounce your name. And when I was little in school, teachers would always say Devereaux, anything but DeVeaux. And so I didn't like it. I was little, I was young. I wasn't taught to appreciate it. It was just my name. So my mom's last name was Candy. Simple, easy, and it identifies who she was. Very, very sweet. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to change my name to Candy. And it was my second grade teacher said, no, you're not. You're going to love. And she was a white woman, my favorite teacher of all. She was like, no, you love your name and you embrace your name. So she's like, your name is special and it is unique to you. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So the older I got, it was what it was. It still wasn't a matter of me liking it or not liking it. It was my name. And then when I started working in entertainment, people was like, are you an actress? I'm like, hell no. It was like, really, that's your real name? Like, yeah. I'm like, who would change their name to Latashia with an I, DeVeaux? And I'm like, it is what it is. And over the years, it was me learning to love myself and accept myself in all my flawlessness and all my flaws, and appreciate the respect that I have people put on my name now. And so when naming my company over 15 years ago, it was, really a play on my name, but I've always been fiercely and intently devoted to everything I've done, even in things simple things, hence devoted enterprises.
What? That is so cool because like here I am looking at like, oh, this is spicy. It has a Creole vibe, a Spanish vibe in it. Like it's spicy, but it also explains who you are. And that is your brand. Devoted to the things that you do. That is a heart and a service of a world changer. I love it. I'm always so interested in that. And I just think it's so amazing. Speaking of which, your whole journey is amazing. Here you are, more than 20 years experience in the industry. Have you ever knew and realized that PR was what you wanted to do? What is your career journey and how was it?
Absolutely not. So I've always wanted to be an attorney since I was little. And I didn't go to school for public relations or publicity or anything related to communications other than when, being an attorney, being able to speak to whatever it is that you argue, cases that you may or may not be arguing. But I knew that I enjoyed being a dot connector. And that is a lot of what public relations, and more specifically in what I do or what I've done, publicity is connecting people with great stories that I either may be telling with and without words. And by fluke, I landed in this role, in this industry, I should say, but I still have a passion and a love for law. And as a matter of fact, I would say it's more like a hobby, what I do for my clients, where I'm able to negotiate deals. Nothing that's complex, but I'm able to negotiate and execute agreements and deals on behalf of clients, whether it's endorsements or even if there's like a TV spot or a guest spot on a TV show or film, something like that. Nothing complex, because I don't ideate the contracts, but I am able to say, oh no, we're gonna mark that up. No, you're not gonna ask for this. No, you're not gonna, pay them $2, but want them to be on set for 40 hours, and then some. Those type of things that I still get to do with my clients in the simplest form. But it was all about me protecting people, but protecting our people, especially people of color who may have come from nothing. And the minute that you get something, you ain't never had $5, but you get $5 and you sign your life away. And so for me, it was being a world changer, thinking I can't change the world, but I'm going to change that perspective of what you're not going to do is misuse us. So somehow, I've been able to marry my passion and love of the legal profession or the legal world with being a communications and PR executive and writing great stories and writing and telling great stories.
My goodness, this is so interesting because every world changer is always born with something. I always like to say, like, they have something in them. And it could be like the affinity of wanting to work in law. And then either you think you're going to go there, but then I always say God flips the script on you and, going somewhere else, but still using that passion to become either an advocate, to help others with stories, to still connect those dots somewhere, some way to be who you are. And hey, you're definitely an advocate when it comes to diversity and inclusion, when it comes to getting individuals where they are shown who they are, and then also when it comes to telling those stories just as well. Speaking of stories, so many individuals feel they don't have a story. Some people feel as if, how can I get my story out there? Can you explain why individuals should use their story to promote their brand?
Well, people have to know what their story is. Now, folks may say that they don't have one. Everybody has a story. Now, whether it's interesting or not, or exciting or not, that's something altogether different. But you must have it. You must have a story to tell and be willing to tell it honestly and authentically. And not everybody is either willing to do that or know how to do that. And there's a difference. So when you tell your story, you have to identify what it is. What is it about you first? And then you'll know what is it about your story? What is your story? So like for me, I say that, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that is okay. And I'm okay with it. I know I can be an acquired taste. And what I mean by that, there's a lot of people who love on me, at least I think they do. But I know I can be funny. I know I will love on you, and I love hard, but I also am very no nonsense. And that is with the people that I love, because I don't say that I love you, but I am unable to be a truth teller with you. And that's my story. So how I tell my story to communicate a brand or the brand or my brand is, you're going to get all this however you get it. You're going to catch it however you catch it. I'm not always sassy and saucy, and maybe I am, but that is a makeup of me. And that's what my brand is, being sassy or saucy, but my brand is being, I may not use, the huge big words that's, 28-letter word. And I may use those words occasionally, but at the end of the day, I talk to people at every level, in any type of audience, whether you are a person who may unfortunately be serving time in prison, or you a CEO of a Fortune 5,000, 1,100 company, I am able to talk to you at your level, and I'm able to communicate with people up, down, and across. And I prefer to be very, not even just organic, but very like one-on-one with people, instead of, just sitting up here just talking, because I'm not that interesting. My story may be funny, but it really ain't that interesting. I want to learn about you. And when I learn about my audience and communicating my brand, that is how it adds to my story. And that makes it much more fulfilling. And that makes it I'm able to bless other people with my story by incorporating them into it.
I love how you said at first, like, authenticity and honesty in the brand. So many people, Tasha, when they're telling their story, they feel like, I gotta be like somebody else. I gotta be like Jess. I gotta be like Mike, or however they want to see it, just because of so many different brands that are coming in and out their way. I love how you said, I'm going to bring that sauce to you. However, I'm going to be that person, because that is exactly what helps a brand become a brand. Just being your authentic self. Absolutely. And I believe truly, Tasha, that you are definitely doing that, even when it comes to being devoted. That was even in your name, World Changers. Can you believe your name can even set the tone for your brand too? Come on now, don't get me started up in here. But then also it allows you to have a story. And I love how you said that no matter if your story is interesting or what have you, it's your story. And to have the authenticity as well as the honesty, that is key. I love it. You
gotta be comfortable with it too. You have to be comfortable, because see, when you are uncomfortable, it's because you're trying to be like somebody else. I am Jasmine Romaine, and I never will be. In all my fabulousness, I will never be as fabulous as you, because it's only one of you. You are unique to you. So when I'm trying to, world changers, and like, I don't even sound as fly as you do, because I know I am one, but I'm not you. And I'm too busy comparing my story. I'm too busy comparing myself to you. And all the while, it is stealing my joy. It is robbing my joy, because I'm trying to be like something or someone that I'm not. And I have done that many a time. And so I'm like, I've been honest. I've been a hypocrite, and I have not been honest with myself, because I was trying to not be like somebody else, but doing what other people told me how I needed to be. So you need to be like so-and-so. Oh, okay. So when I was trying that, and I'm like, I'm always falling short. And I was never happy and never satisfied, because I'm too busy chasing to be like you. I aspire to your greatness, but where I fall short is trying to be like you. And that's what I want people to know. Don't try to be like me. I don't care how much you like me or you think that I'm great. Don't do it. You'll fall short every time. Exceed me.
I love me some Tasha, but I cannot even have a brain the sauce like you. But you know what, Tasha? That's what makes every world changer unique. And there's a scripture that I love. It says that we're all made fearfully and wonderfully made. That means our sauciness, that means our sassiness, our jazziness, or whatever personality that you have to bring. So Tasha, you just said a word right there, giving the individuals amazing tips. Hey, world changers, in the comments, I want you to write your big takeaway. Is that something that you're going through, or maybe, hey, you just had an aha moment that Tasha this lady for you. Go ahead and write that in the comments because, hey, we want world changers to be their authentic self so they can shine so bright and be the world changers they're called to be. Tasha, one of the things that I really admire about you is that you are a huge advocate for D&I. Here you are as the president of BBIRS LA, the Black Public Relations Society of Los Angeles. I'm a proud member just as well, so very happy to be a part. One of the things that, I not only see just within the PR industry and the communications industry, but then in corporate and businesses all over, what would a world, and I'm just saying, like, I would love things to be perfect, but we know things cannot be perfect at times, right? But what would you feel a world of devoted leadership would look like in corporate and business settings? What is it that we need to work on, our people need to work on in those settings to be devoted into D&I and really be an advocate for that just as well?
Being respectful. The problem is you guys, the problem is not respecting everyone equally and equitably. All people ask for is, it exceeds fairness. It is equity. And it's not DEI for a reason. Equity is so simple. Look, you passing out water, give everybody water or don't nobody drink, period. If you giving out Kool-Aid, give everybody grape Kool-Aid or don't give nobody none. We either all gonna drink or we all gonna be thirsty, one or the other. And that's all we ask for. We as in Black people, people of color, marginalized people, we just ask for an opportunity. We ask for, if you don't want to open a door, crack the window. Because if not, we're gonna bust that mother open. So it's gonna open regardless. So you can take your pick. Do you want to incur more costs and incur money by getting it repaired? Because we're gonna bust it open like we have been doing for years, or create the equity where everybody has an opportunity and not just having a voice, because people talk, it's a lot of talk, but there's no action. So when you have devoted leaders, it is fighting to almost like till you're tired and you almost can't fight anymore, but somehow you find the strength of a mustard seed, the faith of a mustard seed to keep fighting. Devoted leaders, they're passionate, they're compassionate, and they get it. And they are about action. And they fight for everyone, not just for themselves, not just for people that look like them. Case in point, I can speak to, I am an African-American woman. I am also a Latina. But all my life, I have fought for everybody, whether you look like me or not, whether you're tanned or not. And that's what I expect for leaders to do. And when I say leaders, you don't have to have a title, a president title behind your name. You are a leader at every level. My son, my 8-year-old son, is a leader because you're going to be one. You're going to fight for those who are unable to fight for themselves. And you're going to give everybody an opportunity. The same opportunities that are afforded to you, you're going to pass them along to somebody else. So devoted leadership looks like, again, it is doing things in love, doing things that you may not always, you may not see the results immediately, but change is never immediate, but it is going to happen. That's what devoted leadership looks like.
I love how you explained all of that. We are all leaders, no matter if we have these high-end titles or even a title that doesn't seem even relevant. It is all relevant because we can lead. You said that so well, Tasha, because I truly believe that when you said love, I was like, oh yeah, we can't do all things in love. Like that is something that we can do. So, oh my gosh, you dropped
nothing. It costs nothing. It doesn't drain your bank. Now, it may inflate your bank account, but it doesn't drain your bank account. It doesn't drain your energy. Do everything. Like for me, I love without expectation in everything I do. That's why one thing when my son was little, and every time I would prepare his meals or snacks, he would say, Mommy, he said, it's got a little bit of love in it. And I said, it sure do. So like my son, he doesn't eat a lot of sweets. And so what a treat would be, I would make him some carrots and I would do like with ginger, because I made food so I can increase his palate, because I'm very picky and finicky. And I'm like, what I'm not gonna do is raise a Latasha, because he gonna eat whatever I prepare and put on this this high stand right here, this chair right here. So I would do like this, even if it wasn't nothing. He's like, what's that, mommy? Love? That's love. So I always say my secret ingredient in everything that I make, good or bad, is love, special ingredient love. And that's what people need. That's what you got to exhibit. And that's what you got to put into what you do. When you're serving, serve in love. Even when you don't want to fool with somebody, even when you don't want to fool with whatever it is that you're doing, do it in love. Do it in love. Just be kind and do it in love.
Wow, world changers, type that in the comments. Do it in love. Like, that's all. Like, Latasha, I can like see your whole name now, devoted, like DeVeaux. I can see it because you're devoted in commitment towards love, towards leadership, towards all the things. And that is what I call a world changer. You may not be able to probably reach all the world, but you are reaching the world because you're reaching one person. That one person will go to a next person, and that is the world. So I just think you are, not think, I know that you are amazing. And I would love for you to leave the world changers who are tuning in, the leaders who are tuning in just as well, with empowering words that they can use for what I like to call their 2021 to motivate them, to inspire them, but then also to allow them to lead with love.
You know, we're always hearing about we all have gifts, and we do. My gift is not my gift. My gift belongs to everybody. So Jasmine, you have heard me say, and people have heard me say, in interviews I've done, I always say I believe in and I love sharing information. Because all the information that I have, that I know, that I think I know, when I die and go to heaven, because I am going to heaven, despite what people may think, I don't want to take this stuff with me. But it's not just information, it is a gift. And in this conversation, I realize the information that I hold or that I know, it is a gift. That is my gift. And that gift does not belong to me. That's why I've always loved sharing it freely. You don't have to schedule time with me to get some gems. Just catch them. However you catch them, whenever you catch them. That is a gift. And my gift of information does not belong to me. It is to be shared with others. Use your gift and share with other people and love on them while you're doing so.
Use your gift and share and love on them. You heard it from our world changer, Tasha. She has been dropping gems on leadership, on how to be authentic, and most of all, how to lead in love, because that's truly what world changers are called. Tasha, you are so amazing. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for you joining the Jazz Jumpstart show. Please, I'd love to have you where you at least share with the individuals where they can connect with you and learn more about who you are and the websites that you have to offer and the organizations too. Share with them, please.
Okay, so if you want to learn more about the organizations in which I am a member of and or lead, BPRS LA, Black Public Relations Society, Los Angeles, you can go to that website, which is bprs.org. You can find them in all social media at BPRSLA. And for my corporation, which is DeVeaux Enterprises, it's on Instagram, Twitter, like all those things, is So Devoted. So SODEVEAUXTED. I'm sure Jasmine will share it a little bit later. Or my website, which is devoted.com. So spelled like my last name, TED.com.
Because she stays devoted, you all. And most definitely, you can find all the information where you can connect with Tasha in the description down below. So make sure you connect, learn more about Black Public Relations Society of Los Angeles, just as well. An amazing organization that she is a true leader of, a devoted leader, should I say, of, and I'm a proud member of as well. But I'm just so happy that she is just here sharing gems. And I just thank you once again, Tasha, for coming here and sharing your heart, sharing your soul, and most of all, sharing your experience with all of us. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. And to all my world changers, I thank you for tuning in to the Jazz Jumpstart Show. You know what? You make sure you tell your friend to tell their friend to tell a friend that they got to tune into the Jazz Jumpstart Show, because this is how we do it up in here, up in here. We blossom and make things happen. And we coordinate, as you can see Tasha doing over here. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification so you can continue to stay tuned in. Until next time, world changers, I'll talk to each and every single one of you soon. Bye.
Sweetheart.